Hello there, welcome to Rising Stars. I'm Vikram Oza. Now, we've seen the digital age putting out all nature of businesses online. But those that aren't, they need a little push from the online setup, don't they? The O2O side of the digital business is gathering momentum, and today on Rising Stars, we're featuring Crownit. It's an app-only merchant discovery platform. They help consumers with their shopping and their eating out places. This business started up a couple of years ago. In July 2014, I understand. The founder and CEO of the company, Sameer Grover, is with us from our Delhi studio. Sameer, great to have you with us on Rising Stars. I know your dream is to create the largest O2O company in India. But before I come to that, tell me a little bit about Crownit, because here's where consumers, they get customized deals, I understand, from the merchants who are on board with you. So how does it really work?
Yeah, thanks for having me over. So Crownit was born with the dream of making shopping fun for customers. So we actually help customers get cashback rewards at restaurants, salons, spas, activities across all type of merchants. And we have over 1 million consumers now in India. We are an app-only model, as you said, which basically means that customers use our app to find great cashback deals at restaurants and salons, and they go there and they get the cashback as crown points, which we call them, and they use those crown points for buying stuff online. We came up with the idea with a simple thing that as a child, we used to collect crowns of Campa Cola and exchange them with goodies at the local grocery store. Yeah. And that actually was a good fun memory. So we took this to an app-only model for Indian consumers. We have as I said, over 1 million consumers now and 10,000 merchants where we drive this business to.
That's an interesting nostalgic piece that you just laid out for us over there. It brings back fond memories of collecting those caps, indeed. But do tell me, Sameer, you started with just one category, and that was just food and beverages, but you've expanded since then. I understand your core proposition now is to drive customers for a fragmented business. So how are you going about this?
Yes, so India is largely fragmented SME-based business model, businesses. So 95% or more are SMEs. And my dream was when I moved back to India, and I was actually lived in the United States for a long time. When I moved back to India, was to build a business for Indian businesses. And Indian businesses are largely SMEs, which are fragmented. And we work closely with different segments of businesses, like restaurants is one segment, salons and spas is another segment, activities is another segment, and then retail, which is clothes and apparel, is another segment. Each one of them requires different type of product to be sold, and we have customized products for each one of them so that the SME's needs are met through us. It is a challenge because it's widespread across geographies, and we have to deal with thousands of different SMEs, but they have a very important need, which platforms like ours actually fulfill for them, and they're very happy with a solution where they can connect to local consumers at any given time with the push of a button.
And I'm seeing that this business is doing well for you. There are these monthly GMVs that I'm looking at, $3 million really. I mean, is this sustainable at a time that discretionary spending is shrinking, or at least likely to shrink in the wake of demonetization?
So that's a very good point you brought. I think India, so we're not looking at it from a last 1 or 2 month perspective or the next 1 or 2 months perspective. We are looking at it how our company as Crownit is helping build a digital economy or digital India. And we were founded on 3 core foundations, which is 1, India has become a mobile-first society. 2, India has become highly social on Facebook and other social media. And 3, India is becoming more digital economy, which is people are getting comfortable with mobile money. And I think all 3 these combined over the last 12 months has catapulted us into a new world for taking leadership position so that we could take India into that new place where the government and all of us together are trying to get or reach. We are seeing a small dip in the transaction volume, but now it's back to normal because we are primarily targeting those people or customers who are spending. And the other thing is that we also are a daily use case app. So whatever you do on a daily basis, be it eating out, be it beauty, be it movies, be it activities, we are there and we give you great rewards on those cashbacks.
Yes.
On the GMV side, we are growing 10 to 15% month on month. Right now, this month we would actually be crossing 40 crores of GMV, which we have driven to around 10,000 merchants in India.
Yeah, but how are marketing costs panning out, really, Sameer? Because that's going to be interesting to watch, whether you're looking at expanding your user base or adding more merchants to your list as well. How high are these acquisition costs?
So, the customer acquisition cost is very much controlled for us because we are a product company and focus a lot on product virality. On the merchant side, definitely if these are fragmented merchants across geography, we have to have a large sales force to go and meet them, convince them on a technology-based solution and get them on board. Once they start seeing value being driven to them, then they refer us more merchants. And that cost is something we have to take into account because honestly speaking, over the last few years, there are some companies who've been trying to do the same and we have joined the same revolution of helping local merchants as a marketing solution. And that cost has to be incurred right now or else we will never be able to cross that chasm.
That's right. So how much of this cost factor is going to be included in the kind of funding that you're going to look for, Sameer? That's what I wanted to get your perspective. I understand that in May 2015, you raised a Series A funding of $5.5 million, and this from Accel Partners and Helion Ventures. How was that money used, and how are you looking right now as far as your funding requirements are concerned? Are you looking at another round?
Yeah, so building such a company requires funding and requires capital. But what we have been doing over the last 1.5 years since we raised our Series A is to make the company more capital efficient and put stress on the system, which is our product, to become more viral and reduce the cost it incurs to acquire more and more customers. So to generate the next 100 rupee of revenue, we should not be burning a large amount of cash, not at least another 100 rupees. So that type of efficiency is being built into the system over the last 1.5 years. Once now we are seeing our unit economics working out, we are seeing revenues coming from merchants and value being driven to merchants. Next year, we're going to enter into another 10 cities, which we are right now in 4 cities. And expanding into 10 cities and tripling our consumer volume is what our target of 2017 is. That would require additional capital. And yes, we are already in talks with venture capitalists and some international funds to look at us and look at the model. And there is immense interest in India, especially since November when the demonetization happened, because companies like us are in a leadership position to leverage this situation.
Sameer, you highlighted some of the targets that you've set for 2017. If you're to convince people who are offering the kind of funding that you are going to be in requirement of, what are the scaling possibilities that you're telling them about?
So the opportunity, very interesting. 1 year ago or 2 years ago, the opportunity size looked like around $100 billion opportunity size, which included food, beauty, entertainment, and retail, to which we can drive to local merchants. Now, and that was based upon how many people use digital medium to transact, or how many people use digital money to transact locally, which is O2, online to offline. Very interestingly, over the last 1 month, which has happened is this number is the estimates of these numbers now going to look 10 times of what was there as an assumption 1 year ago. And that opportunity itself is going to become big for investors to look at and say, you know what, this is really going to happen. So a lot of speculation has been there for last 1 year in the investors' mind that, you know what, we were promised that India is going to go the China way when it comes to growth. And the speed of growth. And I think what has happened recently and the type of things we are doing as a company and other companies, we are going to see similar growth happening in the next 2 to 3 years. And that's exciting for a lot of investors.
Well, exciting it certainly is as a space as well. The O2O business, online to offline. Great luck going ahead from here. We Pleasure. It's a real pleasure to understand how this is growing and the pace of growth as well, to be able to understand what you've been able to achieve in 2 years. Sameer Grover, our rising star today, thank you for joining us. And that's a wrap on this edition of our show, Rising Stars. But do stay tuned. World of Derivatives, our next show, is coming up just after this very small break. I'm Vikram Oza from me and the team. Bye-bye.